Okay. Hi, everybody. This is a Versa Brella, and everybody's raving about it on the internet. It's a sun screen, not a wind screen or a rain screen. And it does work. Other people have posted videos to tell you how to adjust it. What I'm doing is I'm telling you how to use it for guitarists who don't want arms on their chairs, because most portable chairs have arms on them. And anybody doesn't want arms on their chairs, really. So basically, I use one of these used auditorium chairs, very cheap, very light. I got it for $5 at a junkyard, maybe $20 on eBay used. But the reason I do that is that it's light, it's pretty indestructible. You can even stand up on it if you have to, if you're careful. Uh, that's my preference. I looked around and I haven't seen any others without arms that I like. Uh, so now there are some camping chairs that have a higher back, and there's an advantage in lawn chairs to that, in that it gets it up higher, and that way there's more air blowing through. It's not as close to your head, which can get hot if it's like 90 degrees. So, but because I don't want arms, I don't go that way. You can go that way if you need arms. It would be nice to have it a little higher, but it's fine this way. So what I'm doing here with this umbrella and this chair, you can clamp it to most lawn chairs, and most of them do them on the side. I found in this case, and I need folding chairs too, I think, it's best to clamp it at the top because you get, again, more space between you, your head, and the umbrella part. Clamp it here, but then I let it fall down until the clamp hits the back. That makes it more stable on this particular chair. And chairs like this, like I said, a metal folding chair. And then it's important, can you go on here and see where I'm pointing? Can you go get down on your knees so that you can see where I'm pointing under here? So there's the clamp, twisted all the way down until the bottom of it hits the chair. And then the button on top, the big button, is pointing up. This button here is pointing up. I found that's better than taking the clamp and reversing it so the button's down. You can play with it, you'll see what I mean. That's number one. You clamp that on there. Of course, when you extend this thing, this is very easy to take up and down. So if you're getting up to do something, put it down, because in a light wind, in the lightest puff, it can blow over. It might damage the umbrella. So either that or put something heavy on the thing. So that's how it works as far as that. Now, adjusting. There are two adjustments that go this way and that way. And they're very useful because you want this pointing is almost directly to the sun in the morning or afternoon. Now, at high noon, it's a little more challenging, but I've been able to do it. You basically have to turn this, and it doesn't seem like it turns, but it does. Two hands on it, you might hear it click. And when I first did it, I was afraid it would break because it seems so lightweight. But it doesn't if you're careful. Let's just be courteous of this thing. Don't let kids play with it and anything. So that's that. Now in this case, late afternoon, I put the tip. You can see the umbrella. If you stand back, you can see the umbrella is not circular. One side is longer, and it's the side with the tag here. You can't see that, but you can see the strap. That's where the long side is. I point that this way to give me a little more shade here over the top of my head and cap. So, but I like to get it back as far as possible so that there's air, frankly, at least in the morning and afternoon. Okay, so that's pretty good. Now I'm going to demonstrate. If I'm playing the guitar, I'm going to sit here, and you can see my shadow in the video. My head is above, but obviously, if I move back, my head is just below the top. Why? Because that gives me as much shade down here in my legs. I don't need it up here. And on the sides, it barely covers, but it does. If it's 90 degrees, then you want to mount on the side. I think you get a little better on the side, but then no air up here blowing through. Even on on a still day. You know, heat builds up below these umbrellas. So you want a little space. Okay, so I'm playing here and I'm fine. And that's basically it. I mean, you can play with it, again with the adjustments. You know, this is, adjustment goes like that and it goes like that. So just adjust it till it covers your head. And you might want to tilt this down a little so that more shake gets on your back. Play with it, and you're pretty much done. Now, for now, because I'm a beginner, I leave it pointed towards the sun, which means if I'm playing with somebody over there, I've got to turn that way. If I'm playing with someone over here, I've got to turn this way, which is a little uncomfortable and that's doable. But then, you know, if I really want to turn after a while, I pick up a chair and readjust it. Make sense? Because I want to see the person. But each until it's home. When you're faced this way, it's a little tricky to adjust it, but not that much. As I said, you look on YouTube under Versa Brella, you'll see other people have posted videos. There's two really good ones. I think one by Rachel, and by another guy who tell you exactly the fine points of opening it and adjusting it. But again, this is not a wind or rain umbrella. You'll see that when you read a few bad reviews at Amazon's, you'll see that it can blow over. It can easily, and that can break it. If you push the buttons too hard, they'll get stuck in, and then the umbrella's done. So you want to be gentle with it, and then it's fine. Thank you.